Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Monday. I am back. I am almost better. I'm at about 97%. But, this is my tiny little show. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I was really sad that I couldn't do the last 3 days last week. But I just, today I can finally put a sentence together. So anyways, yeah, no, I did. A lot of people asked if I had COVID. I did not have COVID. I did test. I just had a common cold, the kind that try to get into your head and chest, and you do everything you can to fight it and keep it right here so that it doesn't go anywhere and you can get rid of it. But yeah, so coughed up a few organs this weekend or the last 5 days. But no, I'm on the mend and I'm feeling a lot better. And there is a misconception out there that if you've been vaccinated and boosted that you cannot get COVID. You can still get COVID. It just lessens the chance of you, it just lessens the symptoms and how bad it can be for some people. I know some people it's just like a really, really bad cold, but just remember it's going around. The cold is going around. So good morning, baby sibling. But yeah, I just had a common cold, so no big deal. I have my Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer voice on. She thinks I'm cute. But anyways, I think the cough medicine is making me goofy. But no, I'm kidding. I'm not on anything. I was on Alka-Seltzer Cold. That's my favorite. It's the only thing that ever seems to work for me. So anyways, like I said, I do apologize for being gone last week. Like I said, this is a little show, but I love it, and it kind of gets me going during the day. So anyways, we are on card number 7 of getting into the vortex or / getting into self-awareness, which is basically what it's about. And as I mentioned before, at the beginning of the week, I'll just keep reminding everybody that this is kind of to really kind of decorate the house of self-love that we recently built on the 30 lessons of self-love. So I'm actually going to start with the Isis Oracle guidance cards, and for no other reason than I don't feel like pulling a million of those back there. So these are really good cards. These are more like guidance cards. So before we get into the vortex, and who knows, maybe they'll lead us right into that. So healing the divine masculine. The divine masculine within provides protection, discernment, healing, and a sense of deep safety and holding, even through the most uncomfortable circumstances of life. Your inner masculine is going through healing right now, growing stronger in the ability to offer you inner protection and stability so that your inner feminine can blossom with creative expression. I'm all for the masculine and feminine things, but you're badassy, so you can take that however you want. I'm still a little clogged, so I'm like, hey, you know what? The feminine may need to be strong so that the masculine can blossom with creative expression, but whatever. I know these are supposed to be hinting at things that are within us, so that's that. So heal your divine masculine. It's okay. We all have a masculine and a feminine side, and I know some people are afraid to show both of them. Some people are afraid to let other people see it because they might think I'm this way. Who fucking cares what people think you're like, okay? The only opinion that should matter about who you are is yours. And if it's a bad one, you need to change it. You need to make it better, and you need to bring yourself to a place where you appreciate you. You are the most important person in your life. Okay? And I say that from a place of knowing that when you are good to yourself, you can be good to other people. Okay? You're not going to be a hurt person hurting people. All right. So I know that's difficult to kind of, you're all like, Shelly Marie, it's only Monday. Give us a break. But I've had a lot of days to think when I wasn't sleeping. And yeah, I just, there's parts of me and things that I saw this weekend because I actually had time to really kind of stroll through social media. And I saw a lot of great memes. And there are some that just reminded me that I have to stop living my life for other people. And what I mean by that is, sometimes we feel like we fall into this mode, where, well, I should be like this, I should be like this person, or maybe there's a family member that you're constantly being compared to, and, I should be more like that, or I should be more like this. And what you need to do is just be you. Just be you. Okay? People who love you will love you for exactly who you are. You don't need to change for anybody. All right? Now, I know I'm making this kind of like a self-important type of aloha vibe, or perspective, but it's important in self-love to know your worth. Okay? It's very, very important to know your worth. Because like I said, when you give, when you serve, when you deliver from a full cup, you are delivering from, a very, very good and happy place. Okay? We cannot give and serve from an empty cup, because all that does is deplete us. And then, you have like a second's worth of joy. Then, when you're removed from that situation, you're like, oh, now what? But instead, when you have a full cup and you're serving and giving from a full cup, when you leave that situation, you're like, okay, what's next? You don't feel sad and blue, and it's sad and blue is going to happen. I have a dinged up mental health, and it's just what happens. It is what it is. But those are the times when we really have to work harder to pull ourselves out of the bad place so that we don't get any deeper into the darkness. All right. So the Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus brings divine perception, protection, and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. Oh, this feels like a validation card. You have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Trust your perception and know that you are divinely protected. So, yes, it says the Eye of Horus, but whoever your higher power is, your source, lean into them. Okay, lean into them and let them protect you. Let them guide you. Trust them. Trust is a hard thing for me, but I am getting better and better at it every day. In fact, this weekend, I slept so much that come Saturday night, I woke up at like 11. I ended up going to sleep at like 4 in the afternoon. I woke up at 11:30 and I was like, I couldn't get back to sleep. So I decided to go get some fresh air about 1:30 in the morning. I went for a drive, and it did me some good. A lot of clarity, a lot of, that fresh air. It was cold, but it felt so good. But when I'm by myself and I'm driving, I tend to have these moments of like extreme clarity. Not all the time, but most of the time. And I decided that, I talk about going through what they call an ascension or a spiritual awakening. And, somebody, I think it was Sibling the other day, asked me, she's like, you're still? And it's like, yeah, I'm still going through this, because it's like chutes and ladders. Every time you get to this point, if you don't accept it, you just kind of slide, you hit the snake and slide right down, right? Or sorry, you hit the chute and slide right down. Because I think it used to be called snakes and ladders, but it freaked kids out. I don't know. Or maybe parents who are afraid of snakes. No idea. But chutes and ladders, right? So you hit the chute and you're like, oh, God, there I am back at the beginning again. Or like Monopoly, you go to jail, do not pass go, do not collect 200. And that's kind of what not claiming your power is all about. And so I decided I'm going to claim my power. I'm going to claim everything I know about me, some of the things that people know about me, especially my siblings, baby sibling and older sibling, that know about me that a lot of other people don't know about me, things I can do, the gifts that I have. And I decided I'm not going to give a fuck anymore what people think, because these are things that were given to me. These are things that I know I am capable of, in any capacity and level of existence that I'm on, whatever plane I exist on in the moment. And I realized that as I close in towards 50, I spent the first 49 years, well, not exactly all the 49 years, worrying about what everybody else thought about me, worrying about all this other bullshit that I didn't need to worry about. And, I'm sorry for the potty mouth, but, it's flowing today. But I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to be the person that owns who I am, who claims who I am. And so, when I got home, older sibling wasn't quite awake, but, are you awake? Are you awake? But we sat and we, sorry, laughing makes me cough. But we had a good chat, and I told her, I said, I finally think I've come into my power, and I really feel like I'm ready to claim this life and this person that I am. Because I realize I have, in my heart, I feel like I got a good 50 plus years left, right? Longevity runs on both sides of my family. It may not look like it with my immediate family, with my mom passing away in her 60s, and but you know what? In the long run, longevity does run in my family, and I really want to make the best. I want to give all that I can give to this planet and this earth while I'm still here. And I realize that that is probably my biggest and most main purpose, is to give the best that I can. And that's why I keep this little show going. You know, I don't have a lot of viewers. I don't know if people watch this outside of who's watching now, but I promise you, I'm going to be about as authentic as I can be. And sometimes that's going to include me dropping some swear bombs, and I apologize for that, but it's who I am. And it's not, I mean, you know, I know when to be appropriate. I don't do my best not to swear around kids. I'm fairly good at that. I said darn it once and got in trouble by my nephew. He's like, Auntie, that's a bad word. It's like, okay. It's like, and I thought I was picking a good word, but you know what? It's okay. You know, I mind my P's and Q's, right? Like, you know, we all drive stupid unless we have kids in the car, and I am a very good driver when I have my peeps in the car. So, yeah, I'm sorry that went off in a different direction. But my point is that this is what this deck is all about. Getting into the vortex, getting into self-awareness. You know, it focuses on the relationships that we have with people and others. And that's why I wanted to do this, because like I said, we're building, you know, we've built the foundation, we've laid the foundation of self-love, then we built the house of self-love, and now we're decorating it. And you want to make it a comfy and cozy and a very inviting place for people to come. You know, I mean, yeah, you're probably going to have those little earthquakes in your house sometimes where everything's just like, wow, and you know, you just want to explode. But when we have a good relationship with ourselves, we recover much faster. We sometimes know to just walk away. You know, we don't have to be right all the time. Just walk away, take a deep breath, come back, have a, you know, adult conversation about something, or have a calm conversation or a calm talk with someone. And do not tell people to calm down. There are some people who can. It's so funny. The only person that can tell me to calm down is older sibling. And for some reason, it does not drive me nuts. But I thought that was just me until I was watching a show one day and someone said, just calm down. And they're all, when has that ever worked for anybody? And it's like, yeah, no, don't. That's a trigger word. But yeah, this is about building that relationship with ourselves and others to really kind of solidify, you know, and make comfortable and cozy and inviting this house of self-love that we've built. So I know a lot of people will think, well, this is really about a lot of self-important stuff, but it's not. This is growth. This is growth. You know, 6 months, I would say a year ago, but 6 months ago, I was not this person. I was getting to be this person, but I couldn't claim my power. And I couldn't claim my power because I was afraid of what people might think. You know, I was thinking, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not warrior-y enough. You know, warrior-y enough. I'm not smart enough. You know, and you start thinking about all these different things about how, you know, all these self-deprecating things. And then you start to realize, why am I beating myself up? And so this weekend, you know, like I said, I tapped in on that drive and I got a lot of fabulous messages. I really, really felt Sissy Joe with me on that drive. So that was nice. That was nice. I felt her spirit visiting and sitting with me like we used to do when we would go on these drives. And I think that really kind of helped me understand that life is short. And I think that's why I felt her and not anybody else. Because she didn't make it to where, I mean, I've already passed the age that she was when she passed. You know, she never made it to 50. You know, just the other day, an actor took his own life. I think that, I hope I didn't say that wrong. But I'm pretty sure that's what I read and what I heard on the news. He was my age. And I've had those thoughts floating through my head in just the last few weeks. And I tell you, the promise I made 5 years ago is really, truly what I think has kept me alive. But it also really kind of when I saw that on the news, I thought, no, you know what? I'm still here. I'm still breathing. And this is why, I got to keep doing this. Because even if it's just one random person that sees this, I want them to know that it's going to be okay. It does work out. It might be hard. You might feel like you want to jump off the ledge, but you're going to be okay. Oh, it was the white. I know. Thank you, T. It was the white Power Ranger. That was so sad. But I didn't even see you on there until you said something. So hi, good morning. Good morning to everybody who's on. But I know I've kind of gone on this whole little tangent, but let's get to the card, okay? But these are the things I'm trying to really, really express to everybody of the importance of getting into self-awareness, all right? So, here we go. Number 7. My number 7 of 60. I think I put 30 in there, but I meant to put 60. My thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. My thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. Now, what this is saying is, when you put some, super strong vibe out there, whether it's good or bad, you are going to attract that. So if you're like super fucking pissed off and you're like, wow, and you can make bad things happen. And I'm not saying that, you're responsible for anybody else, but what I'm saying is, don't put yourself in a place where your vibe is so bad that you are attracting the wrong things and then sitting there and wondering why only bad things happen to you. You have to change the mindset. I know the mindset is so hard to change. Trust me, I get it. I think one of the reasons I still do this show, and one of the reasons why I probably was intended to do this show, is because I understand. I've been there. I've done that. I've been that person. I'm still sometimes that person. I'm a recovering worrier, and I'm constantly falling off, falling off the happy wagon, and worrying again. And that's the one thing I'm really, really trying not to do anymore, because worrying doesn't do anything but continually bring us the wrong things. So again, my thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. In the same way that the law of attraction is responding to the thoughts, words, and actions that you are offering here in your physical reality, the law of attraction is always responding powerfully to your vibrational reality. When the law of attraction, the universal manager of all vibrations, responds to the clarity of vibration offered by your expanding inner being, the result is a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. So, again, sorry guys. Like I said, I'm only at about 95%, so there's just like a swirling vortex of snot. But it's not my fault. Okay, now I'm getting punchy. But anyways, I'm going to read that one last time. My thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. And in the same way that the law of attraction, I'm holding this here because I feel like when I do, I'm not... It keeps me from coughing. In the same way that the law of attraction is responding to the thoughts, words, and actions that you are offering here in your physical reality, the law of attraction is always responding powerfully to your vibrational reality. When the law of attraction, the universal manager of all vibrations, responds to the clarity of vibration offered by your expanding inner being, the result is a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. So if you sit there and you put a lot of feeling into something, right? Like, I sit here all the time and go, yeah, I'm single. But what am I saying? I'm literally putting it out there and making it continually happen because it's more of a complaint, right? But when you start to really just kind of step back and realize, hey, you know what? Maybe I am, but I'm having fun while I'm doing it, right? And if somebody comes along, then hallelujah, praise the Lord, God believes in me. I'm sorry. I didn't say there would not be punchy moments, okay? I have to say, I am like a big baby when I get sick, but I'm also pretty hilarious in my own mind. So, but the examples I'm trying to give is this. How to fit this into everything I've said already. When we fail ourselves in self-love, I'm searching for the right words, but when we kind of trip over our self-love and we trip over our self-awareness, we could be bringing the wrong things in. We could be bringing bad things in. We could be bringing just, all this stuff that we don't want happening in our lives. But when we trust and we believe and we put something out there, again, we'll go with this one again. Prayers, intentions, manifestations. When we put those out there, you have to 100% believe in them. Make it 102% believe in them, okay? Because when you don't, you're basically telling the universe, hey, here's my request, but I don't think you're going to deliver it. So then you sit there wondering, well, the universe doesn't work because nothing's happening for me. God doesn't work because nothing's happening for me. But you're putting it out there and you're in desperate mode and you're not trusting what's going to happen. Or you're not trusting that they'll make it happen for you in one way or the other. But when you stop and you put these things out there to your higher power, the universe, the source, the angels, whatever it is that, you lean into. I lean to all of them, but I figure if nothing else, it helps me cover ground with everybody. But when you lean into all of those different things and you trust them with whatever it is that you have going on, you're opening the doorway for them to bring it to you. You're giving them that wiggle room. Distrust is putting your request into a little box. Or half believing is putting it into a semi little box and then putting the lid on it. Whereas trusting and believing is saying, hey, here's a big wide open field with no fences, roam free. And however you want to deliver this, I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Or, thank you, amen. And when good things happen to you, share it. Okay, share it. Because that's how you keep things flowing in, when you share it. So, sorry, I keep hearing kitties, but, I didn't realize one came in. She's grooming now on my bed. Thanks, cat. But, anyways, I know I'm like a broken record when it comes to the law of attraction, or when I talk about manifesting and praying and setting intentions. But, one, I might be a broken record to people that watch this all the time, but there might be someone new that comes in that has no idea, or maybe they have an idea and they need that reminder. And so, I know I can't fix anybody. I have a friend I know that they just say there's always a little level of stress because that's just how I am. And I used to be that person until I realized that I don't need to carry that level of stress with me, because that used to be who I was. And I started to say something and I thought, I can't fix anybody. They have to figure it out for themselves. But I can be there, and I can be a sounding board and a venting board when they need that friend. And I realized that's my position. That's where I have to be. People have to discover these things for themselves or they'll never learn from it. And so I know sometimes we might see people struggling, but be there for them. Be the example. Sometimes when they see you, and if they know you really well and say, wow, you know what, you're not the person I used to know. It's like, no, I grew. I got better. And I showed myself that there are better ways to deal with things. And like I said, we're not perfect. We're all gonna hit that little log and trip right over it and probably fall flat on our faces. But what do? People are saying, yeah, but Shelly, what if I'm in this great, great place and, I trip over that log I don't see and I fall on my face? Well, then get the fuck back up. Get up. Don't just sit there. Get up. If you need to take a moment to assess the damage, then assess the damage, but don't stay there. That's what self-love does for us. It reminds us that when we trip and fall on our face, we have the resilience and the resourcefulness and the capacity to get back up onto our feet and keep on going. To laugh about it, to say, wow, that super sucked. I didn't even see that. Where'd it come from? I mean, I'm going to tell you a funny story. And it has nothing to do with this, but it's kind of the same idea. When I was in 10th grade, I was in French class. And all of a sudden, you feel like you plan your P's, at the right time, right? But every so often, you probably drink too much liquid at lunch and you're like, oh, crap. And so it was right after lunch. I had French class in 5th period. And French 2, that's as far as I went. I'm still terrible at it, but I love the language. But I had to go to the bathroom. Okay, so it's like, oh my God, I can't hold this. There was like 20 more minutes of class. But I was trying to hurry because it was a pretty good class. So I'm running and running, and all of a sudden I start daydreaming, right? I start daydreaming, and I turn around because, I thought I heard something, and then I turn around and bam, I hit the pole. I mean, just one of those thin little foundation poles, right, that hold up the little roofy thing above our heads or over the walkways. And I mean square in the middle of my head. And it pinged. I mean, that's how hard my head is. It pinged. I didn't get hurt. I was more embarrassed than anything. But I laughed, which was unusual for me because at that time I was very, very self-deprecating. And when I got back into class, after class, my friend and I were leaving. And she was all like, did you see what happened outside? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's all, we all heard this loud ping. And I'm all, oh, that was my head. I said, I wasn't paying attention and I hit the pole. But that's what I'm talking about. It didn't kill me. It didn't ruin my day. In fact, her and I got a good laugh out of it. And it was one of the stepping stones into taking myself less seriously. Maybe it knocked some sense into me, right? Like to take myself less seriously. And, as dumb as it was, that's the example I want to give people. We may trip and fall. We may run into stupid things because we're not paying attention. But get back up, laugh it off, and keep moving forward. Keep your power. Claim your power. Take your power back if you need to. And show yourself that you are strong. There are a lot of people in my life that never thought that I was strong. My mom was one of them. She always worried about me. And she just says, when she was dying, she's like, babe, I really, really need you to be strong because I'm not going to be here for you anymore. And I knew she'd be here for me in spirit. I know she's one of the angels that looks after my dad and I. But as I started my healing, I realized that I was so much stronger than maybe even my mom. I had to survive a lot of things that people I know have never had to survive in their life. And all while keeping it a secret from my parents. And that takes some chutzpah, okay? That takes some serious strength. I don't advise it. I feel like, you need to say something to someone when something bad is happening. But those are my lessons. And those are the things I can share now. And be open and receptive to people that are sharing things with you. Because if somebody opens up and shares something big with you, they trust you. And they believe that you are going to be a source of strength that they may need in that moment. We can be the strongest person in the world, but still need someone to help see us through things. And that's okay. Sharing is not a sign of weakness. Taking off the worry cape is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of growth. It's a sign of strength. It takes a lot to come forward and say something to someone. It takes a lot to open up to people, and that takes strength. And that really comes from where I believe is these true foundations of self-love. And it doesn't have to be a house. If you want to build a garden of self-love, that's great. But you still have to, toil the soil, right? You have to do all these wonderful things. You got to fertilize it if you want to, and you got to maintain it. You have to maintain it. And that's what these cards are about. It's about maintaining it. And this card is perfect for that because it's in basic, to sum it up in the most basic way, what you put out there is what you're going to get back. So you have to decide what it is that you want to put out there. Do you want to put out something good so you get it back? Or do you want to be in a constant state of worrying and that's all that keeps happening for you? That's all you keep drawing to you, or things to worry about. I know it's hard. Okay, you're probably saying, yeah, screw you. You keep saying it's hard. Trust me, I get it. I do. And I've been there. I've done that. Everything I talk about is being talked about from a place of experience. I'm 49 years old. I'm almost 50. I've gathered a lot of things along the way. And now it's my turn to turn around and share it. And to show the world that, hey, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. you can always start the path of healing. All right. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see everybody back here tomorrow for card number 8 of 60 of getting into the vortex / self-awareness. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day today. I thought, ooh, I'm going to get a nap, but no, I got to go shopping for stuff I have to make for Thanksgiving, and it's World Cup. USA versus Wales. I know. You know, I keep tweeting about the U.S. men's team, but the funny thing is I have backup teams just in case, because I'm really hoping my country goes the distance this time, but I have to tell you, their track record is not fabulous, so fingers crossed. But just in case, I do have backups. And yeah, and one of my backups were playing on Friday, so I know, right? But that's okay. I just need to stop, because otherwise I'll just ramble on forever. Anyways, again, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you everybody so much for watching and tuning in. It feels good. It really feels good to be back. I think whatever was going on with me and this cold and everything that I had, I think the downtime was good, because I realize now I was just half-assing it for the last couple of weeks. And I feel like my brain got the rest it needed. So again, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you back here tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Facebook Live under Shelley Marie Lucas. All lives are public. Anybody can watch. Or you can catch the replay on YouTube under the Aloha Perspective with Shelley Marie Lucas. I do a short version of these on TikTok where I just read the card and tell you to go on your way. And I do upload those to Instagram as well. I also share this to my Facebook page, the Aloha Perspective, if you want to go over there and like that page as well. All right. So I hope everybody, again, have a great, great day, everybody. Please take care of yourselves. It's a holiday week for us here in the United States. So if you're traveling, be safe. All right. And have a great, great Monday.